Hi guys, it's Usernamekate and welcome back to my channel. So, Truimph have kindly lent me their revitalised and revamped Tiger 1200 GT Explorer. Now for those of you who aren't all that familiar with Truimph, this is basically Truimph's all singing, all dancing, big daddy, road going or road biased adventure bike. So yeah, we're going to do a little walk round, but I'm going to just have some fun getting there. Let's go. Oh, it's got some pull. Keep it flowing. So Truimph have really revamped their 1200 range. There are so many things that they've changed. And to be quite honest, I actually can't wait to get lots of rides in on this bike. Now this is genuinely the first time I've actually ridden this bike on the way to the walk round location, and I am absolutely loving what I'm feeling so far. Ah, so much pull! Woo! Honestly, when I read the spec sheet of this bike, it had me shook with what this bike comes with. It is absolutely loaded. Loaded with tech, loaded with cool features. In fact, I'm going to try up here. Let's give this route a go. Oh, we got a nice car coming up. Oh, it's so nimble, it's so agile. It's probably because it's got a very skinny rear. I mean very. But I'll show you all that. Right, let's see if there's any room up here for me to do a little walk round. Oh, let's see if it's loaded with cars. Oh, look at that, we've got it all to ourselves. Winner, winner, chicken of the dinner. Okay. So guys, without further ado, let me walk you around the 2022 Truimph Tiger 1200 GT Explorer. God, that's a mouthful. Okay, so I'm going to do a little mill around the GT Explorer. Now this one is in sapphire black. So this one starts at £18,300. It is available in the slightly less expensive option of Snowdonia White, which is £18,100. And then you have the most expensive colour option, which is the Lucerne Blue, which comes in at £18,400. So let's have a look at the front of the bike. You've got an adjustable screen, you've got LED lights at the front, and these lights are actually cornering lights. You've got LED indicators. The GT Explorer comes with the auxiliary lights. And then you do have LED lights at the rear as well, as we can see there. So just looking at this bike from the side profile, there are a few things that jump out at me. of course you have the triple engine here. Let's zoom in on this, which is a 1160cc triple. It's in a slightly different position on the 2022 model, which is to help with the bike feeling less top heavy and distribute the mass a bit better. With it being a triple engine, of course, you've got the 3-in-1 pipe, and you can see that the exhaust is pretty slim on the 2022 model. Now the engine itself puts out just shy of 148 brake horsepower, and it pumps out 130 Newton meters of torque, which are very, very strong figures for this genre of motorcycle. So with this being the all singing and all dancing GT Explorer, there are a few things that this bike has over the GT Pro. Now one of those things is a 30 litre tank. You'd be forgiven for thinking it was a 20 litre tank because of how well they've kind of hidden the volume of it, if that makes sense. You do have kind of the bigger shoulders to accommodate it, but on first impressions and first glance it doesn't really look like a 30 litre tank in my opinion. So one of the things that this bike has that the GT Pro doesn't is that semi-active suspension. So if we have a look at the suspension here, we've got Showa 49mm semi-active damping upside down forks, and they have 200mm of travel. It's quite a lot of travel, as you can see. And then if we take a look in here, you've got the Showa semi-active damping monoshock. Now it does have automatic electronic preload adjustment, which basically means that the bike will adapt to what weight you put on it. So if you are riding with a pillion or luggage, it's going to sort itself out, calibrate itself for the weight that is on the bike, and make it so that you have the optimum suspension for the weight. If we move down to the brakes, we've got on the front a Brembo M4.30 Stylema monoblock radial caliper. Since the bike has an IMU, you've got cornering ABS there with the brakes. And with the discs, you've got 320mm diameter twin discs and floating discs at that. And then if we span down here, you've got the Brembo, but this is a single piston caliper, again cornering ABS with a single 282mm disc. Now since I've panned down here, I know what you're going to say, look at that swing arm. To be honest, I've never seen a swing arm that looks like this, and I think it's absolutely stunning. Truimph claim that it's actually a lot lighter than a single-sided swing arm and integrates with the shaft drive nicely. I particularly like the shaft drive on this because I'm crap with maintenance and that suits me very much. Now one of the things that I noticed about this bike when it was dropped off the van, not literally, but sort of pushed off, is the back wheel. Now if we have a look, I did not expect it to be so skinny. Like the tyre profile, it's 150 and it comes with Metzeler's on there, but just look how skinny it is. It's just got a very, very trim booty. So other things about this bike, crash bars as standard. If we pan around here, you've got a heated seat as standard. You can see the buttons there. That is for rider and pillion. Again, heated grips as standard as well. You can see the button there. Okay guys, so I'm going to talk about the height of this bike. So as most of you are aware, I am a 5'4" individual. I have a inside leg measurement of 29 inches. Now the seat height on this bike is 850mm, or you can put it in the high setting, which is 870mm. It has quite a narrow seat, which always helps the inseam deficient. And yeah, let's see what it's like to sit on it. Okay, so as you can see, when I'm sat on this bike and I've got a foot flat on the side stand side of the bike, I've got a very intense dangle. But I'm no stranger to this because this is the exact same seat height that is on my GS. So this is just how I cope naturally. Yeah, it's not ideal, but I don't let it put me off because I'm stubborn and I don't want the fact that I'm a short arse to hinder me riding bikes. So to get it off its stand. Now it doesn't help because I am on a slope. The car park kind of goes downhill, so it's always hard for me to sort of hoist it off the stand. So we've got the side stand up, I've got a toe down, but I am kind of sort of leaning it into myself because the hill does kind of drop away on this side. But if I wanted to sort of flat foot it, I do have to really scutch my bum over. But if I want to sit directly in the centre of the seat and touch down, I am literally on the very tippiest of toes. As you can see, when I put it on the side stand, it kind of leant quite far over. I probably didn't park in the best place, to be honest. So when it comes to the weight of this bike, we've got 255 kilograms wet. So it is lighter than last year's model, but it is still a considerable chunk. Okay, so we're just going to do a little bit of a push around test, just to see whether that weight is manageable. I'm in effect pushing it up a hill here. So to push this up that small hill then was a bit of a struggle for me. I'm not the strongest, but also, you know, it is a triple, so there is a lot of weight up high, especially it's got a full tank, so 30 litres. I'm actually quite proud of myself that I managed to push it there. But if I was to own this, I don't think I'd ever have 30 litres in because I just don't want to make my life harder than it has to be. Okay guys, so this bike has so many features, electronics, things like that, but instead of just talking you around him, I'm going to hop on and just kind of narrate as I ride about the bits and bats that this bike has, all the gadgets and gizmos that it's equipped with, and of course I'll deliver an insurance quote as well. Back it up a bit. Back the booty up, girl. Back the booty up, girl. Oh, it's quite hard work for a shorty like me. If I was going to go for this bike, I'd definitely get a low seat, a low heated seat as well, since the seats are heated on this as standard. So, time to ride. Okay, so let's talk about some bits of tech that this bike has, which I find bloody brilliant. Mike's up there somewhere. On a walk. Okay, so first things first, we've got a 7-inch TFT dash with connectivity as standard. On some of the lesser value Truimphs you have to get it as an extra, but on this one it comes with it. One of the massive things about this, you've got the semi-active suspension, which actually gives you 9 different levels of damping, which you can play with from the TFT dash. It also adjusts the damping depending on what one of the 5 modes you're in. I'm currently in sport mode, but you do have rain, road, sport, off-road and user. So there's so much customization with the suspension. Nice of him. But I don't know how much room he thought he needed. Oh, it tips in so nice. Other things that we have as standard, which I touched on, you've got heated seat, rider and pillion, and you've got heated grips as standard too. You have blind spot detection, so as you guys can see in the mirror, there are these little like reflector looking things. They do light up if there is something in your blind spot. Now it did work for me before, and I thought it was a pretty cool touch because I've only really ever seen that personally in cars. We've got all the cool things like cruise control. We have backlit switch gears, which are a godsend when you're riding at night, so you're not fumbling around for things. Such a little thing, but very, very important for night riding. Oh, it flows so well. Ooh, road all to ourselves, don't mind if we do. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous baby. That suspension, gosh, even in sport mode, it's not super sort of jarring. Woo! So good. It's got a quick shifter and auto blipper as standard. Bish bash bosh down to 3rd for that. Dead thing. We're clear, we can go. Oh, it handles lovely. Very, very impressed. Oh, that auto blipper doesn't feel all that agricultural. Ooh. Yes, we like that. There's a fun little flap around. Other little bits of witchcraft that this bike has, it's got hill hold control. And it's got tyre pressure sensors. Okay, now moving on to the insurance of this bike. As you guys know, BikeShare is my channel sponsor. Thank you guys at BikeShare for supporting my channel, allowing me to do this for a living. Now, I spoke to Nick, as usual, who is my BikeShare contact. Oh, it's a big hill this, I think. Steep enough, not too big. But we've got a nice giveaway at the top, which ain't ideal for little legs like mine. Let's go straight. As part of my little walk rounds and my little sort of spec videos, I let you guys know what it would cost to insure me on the bike that I'm on, or the bike that I'm walking round. And I always ask that they quote me based on the fact that I am a female, I'm 30 years old, I reside in Bolton, and I've got maximum no claim discount to my name. And it actually surprised me the price that he came back with on this one. It was £666. Such a devilish number. Big hill, third gear, all the pull. That's that 130 Newton meters working right there. So yeah, £666 for the year. I didn't think that was too bad for a big adventure bike with all this stuff on it. I was quite impressed. Oh, quick shifter. Yes, sounds good. Feels good. So guys, if you like this kind of style of walk round or spec delivery, please let me know, because I'm always trying to grow the channel and, you know, do things the way that my audience likes. Of course I do things to suit myself as well. So yeah guys, let me know if you like this style of spec delivery or if you like my usual walk round layout. There's going to be plenty more videos to come on this bike, so if you're interested in the GT Explorer, definitely subscribe because you're going to see more of it. And until the next time guys, take care and be safe.